were you around when Terry McGovern was making her speech that day at the St. Pat's for All? She was there, the little tiny woman was being honoured.
Yes, I was. Yeah.
That was incredible.
Yeah,
she's
did
talking about
great. Yeah.
78 countries that are still criminalised homosexuality, and I don't know how many were still actually death penalty.
Yeah, there's quite a few, and you know, the idea of being, you know, gay in Uganda or something is so terrifying, or in Russia or something. It's just so terrifying. But that's always one of the things that that slightly bothers me is, you know, here, if you complain about something, you know, people turn around and they'll say, oh, well, you know, what have you to complain about? You're not in Uganda. Yeah. As if somehow, you know, we should just shut up and put up and be thankful, you know, for what we have. And of course I am thankful. It's much better to be gay here now than it was, 25 years ago. Yeah. But at the same time, fuck off. You know, like, just because I'm not being murdered doesn't mean I have to, you know, I have to shut up and, you know, and not complain about all the sort of small things. Yeah. You know, that does annoy me still when people pull that card. Yes, I'm thrilled I'm not, you know, trying to be gay in, you know, Moscow. Yeah. But that doesn't mean that I don't have some things to complain about in Dublin too on occasion. But
I see some places that you use a phrase to describe yourself that I sometimes use to describe myself, but it's probably, you know, one of the few things that we genuinely have in common is that I sometimes say I'm an accidental gay activist because I got involved in the parade and all that. And next thing you know, you end up taking sides on a whole lot of things that may not have come up, but you kind of felt, is that just coming from last year, from that experience?
No, so just because of the nature of what I do for a living, all the gays know me and have for a long time, whatever. And I'm always making bloody speeches to the gays, you know, like at Pride and at Alternative Miss Ireland and all sorts of things. So I'm always making speeches. And sometimes, because of the nature of what I do, my voice is sort of amplified in a way. You know, people hear what I say differently, because I'm a giant, you know, fake woman, you know. And so in the past, a few times, things that I have said in public have upset, you know, conservative forces, if you want to call them that. Yeah. And so I've gotten into a few of these kerfuffles before, you know, with, you know, conservative journalists and, you know, whatever. Yeah. And in those situations, and obviously earlier on this year was sort of the biggest one in a sense, I have to then, to get out of trouble, I'm sort of forced to argue my point in a way. But my motivations are mostly entirely, you know, selfish. I'm just trying to get myself out of trouble. Right. But in order to do that, I have to become an activist of some kind. So that's what I mean that I'm an accidental. You know, for example, the whole Panti thing, I didn't plan to say anything about homophobia on that TV show. I was just talking and saying how I felt about stuff. But then I'm forced then to defend what I said, and that's what I mean by... But I'm aware that, you know, my voice is louder than other gays just because of what I do, you know, which is just a byproduct of what I do. It's not what I intended or anything. But I'm aware of that kind of responsibility, sort of, you know, that I feel like I have to sometimes, or I'm sort of forced sometimes to speak for every gay, or at least to try to. I mean, you'll find gays who think everything I say is wrong, but you know, I'm aware of that, and that's what I mean about being an accidental activist, because, you know, it's not like I joined Amnesty and decided to make it my career. Do you know what I mean? I'm just trying to make things better for me and other gays by extension. You know what I mean? Yeah.